Hello there, my name is Dr. Teresa Kearns-Cooper and I am your instructor for the General Psychology course. Now, this video that you're getting to watch today is just an overview of what to expect for the course. So if you have any questions or concerns at any time, please be sure to send me your questions via the inbox on Canvas and I'll be happy to answer any questions that you have. What I'll be doing today is go overview, which is going over the syllabus and talking about the modules and how you'll be able to follow it. So let's get started. Okay, so let's go over the syllabus, and I have to give you fair warning, it's a little lengthy. I'm not going to go over every single part of it. You will find that the syllabus is located here in Canvas for you to be able to read. You're going to want to make sure you go over it as well. If there's any questions, please feel free to contact me via the mail tool or the inbox in Canvas. That is my preferred way of communicating. However, if for some reason you have any kind of issues or problems with Canvas at the time, you can also reach me via email. So, let's talk about the course description. Psychology is that scientific study of behavior as well as mental processes, and the purpose for this course is to acquaint you with those various areas in psychology. So my hope is that I'm going to be able to expose you to the basic vocabulary, the principles, as well as psychological areas of developmental, memory, cognitive processing, personality, intelligence, learning, social, and physiological psychology. Now, this course is not designed in the same manner that we may do for our introduction to psychology, but it is to allow you to be able to see how psychology can be useful for your discipline as well as your daily life. This is a 3-credit course that is going to be conducted weekly online with the use of video lectures, PowerPoint slides, and online assignments. Now, there may be times as well that I may have a live conference, but I will let you know that in advance. Alright, so let's keep moving. My hope is, as I mentioned, I'm going to do an overview of the field of psychology. We're going to be looking at scientific methods as well as research practices. The hope is that you'll know how to do internet searches in reference to different topics and to be able to evaluate and do critical thinking. So the textbook that you're expected to use will be Visualizing Psychology, and that's by Carpenter and Huffman, and it's from Wiley. Now, I have seen this textbook in Amazon for those who want to rent. You can also go to Wiley to be able to rent the text as an ebook as well. Now, here's the part I'm going to kind of skip over really. You will though need to, if you haven't done so already, you'll need to do the distance learning student orientation, as well as when you complete reading and understanding the syllabus, you have to, this is one of your first assignments, complete the verification of syllabus receipt form. Now, the way you can do that is, if you have a PC, I recommend you downloading the Adobe Acrobat software, where it allows you to actually do a sign in for that. It'll fill in the spaces for you so that you could just type your name. But I have to, please, I'll read this. It'll say, be sure to give instructions for the submission form. I left that there so that you can understand I'm giving you these instructions because it has to be done. Without this, you're not considered enrolled in a course, and you will be purged if I do not have that form on hand. You'll be given instructions on how to download it as well as re-upload it into the Canvas as an assignment. This is going on to talk about your what you'll need as far as computer hardware recommendations. If you're using a PC or if you're using a Mac, these are the recommended. And actually, you could say I might go ahead and change this later on, but it starts with Windows XP. But if you are up to date with Windows 10, don't worry about it. You should have at least 1 gigabyte of space. And in terms of your internet connection, please make sure you're on high speed with broadband and using a 56K modem or higher. Real important. Let me also make mention, especially when it comes time to take your examinations. If you do have a PC, please utilize that. The best browser to use would be Google Chrome. Particularly if you are using your tablet, you might want to go ahead, and if you don't have Google Chrome on your smart devices, that would be the best way to access Canvas because it doesn't crash as easily as the Canvas app. I've had students have a lot of difficulty trying to take tests off of their smartphones and such because they'll use the Canvas app, and in the Canvas app you don't have as much access. But if you access the Canvas through Google Chrome, then you don't have as many problems. But either way, you want to make sure you have great internet, as well as if you do, try to have a laptop or a PC. Here is going to talk about the different, like I said, Windows 10 is your best bet. That's the most recent. So you want to make sure you have these. You can go over those. I'm not going to read each and everything for you. That part you can read yourself. What I'm going to try to go down to right now is to talk about the course schedule. Now we are going to be, like I mentioned, fully online. So if you have any technical issues, like if you have pop-up blockers or so forth, and you don't know how to be able to access it, you can call the Canvas help desk, and you find the number right here. Please make sure to utilize that. Understand that they're only available Monday through Fridays from 8 to 5 p.m. Now, if you find yourself, particularly when you are taking an exam, and during the exam you have technical issues, please take a screenshot of that issue during the exam. I will want you to send me a copy of that screenshot, as well as send it to the technical support. And that's how we'll be able to handle it from there. And of course, if there's questions, you can ask me about that. So here we're working on a 16-week schedule, 15-week schedule, excuse me. And as you can see, like today is your first day, therefore this is what we're going over. And I'm doing the overview with you. You'll be getting started with your reading. Great news is, in case you don't have your textbooks yet, your assignments is going to actually have some of the material from your textbooks within the assignment, so that you don't fall behind. However, you do want to get the textbook, because there will be certain areas that you will not find in the assignment. I'm giving as much information to you as possible so that you can be able to keep up. It's really important that you, because these 15 weeks will go by so quickly, so you want to make sure you get your materials as soon as possible. But in the interim, you do have the PowerPoint slides, you'll have the chapter, you'll have my lecture, and then in your assignments you'll have the part of the readings. So do utilize those until you have your textbook. As you can see, your first week is overview, your chapter 1, and me speaking with you, which you're watching right now. And as each week goes by, you have your due dates here to the right, where they'll open up. All assignments will be expected to be completed on Fridays. This is showing you the beginning of the week. Your due dates for any assignments will be that Friday of that particular week. So for example, you will have, this is Monday, August 17th. You have till Friday to complete your assignments. Assignments are considered a way of showing your participation as well as your attendance, and I'll go through that momentarily. So as you can see, during that 15th week is going to be a review week, and as you can see, each time your first exam will be August 31st, and like I mentioned, it's fast paced. You're going to want to kind of try to dedicate at least 9 to 12 hours a week toward this course, if not more. But do keep up with it so that you don't fall behind. Now, because it's organized in 15 different modules, each module pretty much will represent a chapter. You'll have a couple of modules that's actually broken up because 2 chapters are being assigned for that week, and you'll know which ones they are. Actually, module 2 is broken down into 3, because this week is chapters 1 through 3. So you'll see 2.1, 2.2, 2.3, and so forth. Now, because we're not doing any face-to-face this semester, and as in traditional class study, your attendance again is the assignments that you complete. Now, when you miss an assignment, that's considered an absence, and that can become detrimental to your overall grade. Absences, I do heavy deductions for. Therefore, for every 3 absences, that means every 3 missed assignments, you will be deducted basically a letter grade, a 10-point deduction. If it gets to where it's over 30% of the assignments or attendance that's for the semester, regardless of how well you do on the examinations, you will fail the course. So please, that's why I say it's imperative that you make sure that you stay with and keep up with the materials. If at any time you have any difficulties, feel free to give me send me a message. If you'd like to have a face-to-face virtually, you can make a request and I'll set that up. I am available Mondays through Thursdays between 3 and 5 p.m. So that's the way we can meet up, get together, and see how I can help you best. In terms of threaded discussions, we have 2 discussion boards on that's going to be open. One is an introduction for me. Let me know who you are. Tell me about your major, what's your insights to why you're in the discipline that you're taking. A little bit just about yourself. The other one is what I call the Mythbuster discussions. And what I'm going to ask you to do each week when you go through your assignments and your readings, some chapters will have what we call Mythbusters. There is where I want you to discuss your Mythbusters. Will be on the discussion board. And in that discussion board, it's going to be considered extra credit. Okay? Every little point is going to help. And as you'll see in the modules, once you go on Canvas and run through, you have 12 assignments. And then you're going to have attendance assignments after that. Please make sure you keep up with those. But they will help in terms of the attendance assignments, actually going to help you in terms of providing extra credit. Okay, because they're not counting toward the first set of points that's been considered. But they will help to boost you. All right. So now, in terms of missed examinations, please make sure I do allow one makeup for the first 2 examinations. There will not be a makeup for the final. Okay, so that means you need to make sure that you really take it. Exams will open up for a 24-hour period. It'll open up at midnight and then close at 11:59 that same day. Now, if you find that you're going to miss an exam for some reason, simply let me know in advance so that we can possibly rearrange your schedule so that you don't miss it at all. But as mentioned, this is going to be open for a 24-hour period. All exams are 100-question examinations, multiple choice. Okay? Once you start an exam, you'll have 3 hours to be able to complete that exam. And at that time, you'll be able to utilize the lectures, you could utilize your PowerPoint slides, you could utilize the readings. But it's important that you make sure you do the reading before you sit for the examination, simply because I've had so many students fail their exams because they failed to do the reading. And they felt that because it was where you're at home, and you have this material in front of you, that you could just look up the information at the time of the exam. Trust me when I say 3 hours will go by quickly, 1. And 2, the type of questions that you have is based on application more so than it is definition or how-tos. Okay, so you want to be able to make sure you do that. Now, in terms of assignments, please be sure you get the assignments done within that week. There will be a time when I close off assignments, and there will not be a way to make up those assignments because this is an online course. You're expected to be doing the work. Okay. Now, in terms of etiquette, I just ask that when you utilize the discussion boards, please be respectful of one another. Please try to refrain from any type of profanity or anything like that. And let's show each other that utmost respect. And do know that the information when we're discussing different topics, in your assignments, if there's anything that's personal, know that it's only me that's going to be seeing it. So it will be kept confidential. It's not something that I will be sharing with everyone. In terms of the discussion board, you express what you want to. If you feel that you cannot express that, then you might want to, in your assignment, state to me that that's a little too personal and give me your responses within the assignment. I'll accept it as well, but you'll still have to make an annotation that you put it in the assignment on the discussion board so that I know that it's been completed. All right, so there's 3 examinations, as I mentioned. The online assignments comes to 12, and that's going to be 24%. Attendance and participation is going to be the 80%. And then even after that, you'll have extra credit because I go beyond the 80% of the 80 points for attendance, as I mentioned earlier. Now, we do not have a writing assignment per se, so I'm not going to go over the assignment rubric in this case. However, what I want to stress to you is that when you're doing your assignments, please do not cut and paste your answers because that's considered plagiarism. I want you to be able to answer within your own words. And that helps you basically to be able to know the information and be able to learn it more better when you can actually speak it in your own language. So everything else is in terms of the regular policies and procedures. In terms of the exams, it may be where I set up, and I'll see. Usually I try to just give you the 3 hours freely. There is a new proctoring program that actually watches you take it. So don't try to get together and you know, some people may be taking this course that know one another and say, okay, we'll get together and work on it with each other. The exams are meant for you, and to let you know, no one gets the same exam anyway. So that's usually why I don't use the proctoring. All right, and of course I already mentioned the plagiarizing, so please don't do that. Okay, now let me talk about the compliance with the Americans with Disabilities Act. If it's where you have you fall into this category, there is a form that you would have to get completed. You can make the call, which is right here, 601-979-3704, or 601-979-6919, that you could call and ask them to email you that form so you can have it completed. I will need a copy of that form so that I can make the best accommodations for you at that time. Without that, then you have the same accommodations that everyone else would have. So it's important for you to get that part completed. All right, any other kind of information you need to know about Jackson State's policies and procedures, you can find in your student handbook. So with that note, that's a brief overview. You do have the, you will find the syllabus on Canvas at any time. You can download it, or you can just review it from your computer at any time. And again, if there's any questions in terms of your syllabus, please feel free to contact me. And on that note, this is time to get started with that work. Alright, so this is just to give you a brief look at how Canvas is set up for you for when you come in to start doing your work. As you can see, we are on the home page, and there's plenty of information for you, including a welcome letter from me, as well as some other instructions that you'll actually also find within the orientation. Here on your left side, you'll notice that you have the dashboard for all your courses, as well as a list of all your courses. Additionally, there's a calendar that you can go and follow through that'll show all the modules in place, as well as any type of assignments that's due. Here is where you'll contact me from. You would just click on that, and right now, of course, it's saying access denied because I'm actually in student view. So, but here you would be able to send me information in the inbox. So let me return back. As you can see, you can list your courses that way, and it'll show you general psychology. If you click on syllabus, you'll notice that all the assignments that's there will be listed, as well as other information. These are older dates, but as you can see, this is what you'll be looking at. Again, I'm using a sample, so dates will be a little off on here. Now, right here though, and this should be up to date, if you click right here, you will be able to see, it'll pull down a file that'll show you for our semester, the fall, a current syllabus. So the syllabus that I just went over, you can find it anytime here so that you can review it. If you were to click on the link itself, it'll give you the ability to download that particular syllabus. Alright. Announcements, this is where you'll find when I'm sending out any kind of information. All your announcements will be listed here. So you want to always check on that daily to make sure I didn't send anything new. The great news is when I do send an announcement, you will be receiving an email through your student email, and that's the only way I will be communicating with you in terms of any type of written correspondence or links to videos as such. It'll be through your JSU email account, so please make sure that you're checking on that regularly. Your modules, at this time, you're going to only see what's due, and right now that will be for your orientation, and you'll see the instructions found here. You'll be able to read it, you'll go through it. Once you complete it, that prerequisite is now done, and it'll allow you to go on to the next one once you complete all your activities. Right now all the activities are not there done, so of course you won't see it. You'll also see here would be assignments. Okay, so that's just an example of what kind of assignments there might be, what quizzes would be available, your discussion, and as you can see, student introductions, which is in your first assignment. You would click on there. You can also get it through the module. Grades will be listed here. Okay, and you'll be able to see what your grade was. Right now it's saying missing because of course this is a sample and none of those have been done. If I am to hold a live conference with you, you would click here and you'll be able to see and view it from that aspect. Earlier I mentioned about you being able to chat with one another as well as with myself. You'll be able to do that if you click on chat. You can meet up with other people, put yourselves in there, and then you'll be able to do chats. Proctoring, which I'm not going to click on right now because it's not going to show anything but an error screen, but that will come along with when you're taking your exams. So it is a way for us to monitor, ensuring that you are doing your work by yourself and not with a group of others. Alright, so that was just a quick brief overview. Of course, on your right side of the screen You'll also be able to notice, you can see your course calendar. Any type of notifications will be listed here. A to-do list of things that's going to be due will also come to list right here. And so that's how you will follow it. Anyway, I just wanted to give you a brief overview of what to expect and how to look for everything. Of course, you're going to want to also go into, if you haven't already, utilize the orientation that they do have set up for you for student training, which you can find right here on the home page. So with that, I welcome you once again to General Psychology. I look forward to working with each of you. Again, if you have any questions, here's where you'll click on the inbox. Thank you so much for listening, and take care.